I am somebody. I may be poor, but I am somebody. I may be on welfare, but I am somebody. I may be uneducated, but I am somebody. Many of you really believe that you're inferior. You really believe that black is supposed to stay back and white is right. Many of you have given up on being first-class citizens. You've given up on 3 meals a day. You've given up because somebody has defined you as a white man's slave rather than God's child. You're not put here to be a white man's footstool. You're put here to represent.
All right, welcome to the Counsel in the Clutch podcast, episode number 6. I'm your boy Cal, and today I'm joined by SP.
Yo.
Q.
Yerp.
And Rory.
I just wanted to add a little pause effect to it. Yerp.
This guy. All right, so this is like officially the first month that we've been podcasting. You know, people actually bang with us. People have been listening. So how y'all feel so far about the podcast game? How y'all feel about it?
I enjoy it, man. It's been a lot of fun working with you guys, talking with y'all. Obviously, we have a more than working relationship, but on the professional level, I enjoy it.
Hey, bro. I know you it was at work earlier, but you ain't got to talk to us like you just had a board meeting right now. I mean, I get it, but I mean, you don't have to. I promise we still gonna talk to you the same, SP.
I can't turn it off until around 11 o'clock.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, he don't call till 11.
GTD, brother. GTD.
Yeah, man. Yeah, how you feel, Roy? Since you got so much to say, how you feel?
Oh man, this joint been a blast, dog. I mean, we do this on the regular anyway, so kind of letting people in so they can finally hear what we actually be talking about. Well, the G-rated version. It's pretty cool. They can't get the full aspect of the group chat because we wouldn't even be allowed to be on air if we did that.
Yeah. So, and you basically using us to leave us for another podcast, but we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah. Hey, if you need a guest host, holler at me, _Rory. I'm open to leaving this podcast. I'll come back and visit, though.
Roy.
Niggas ain't your niggas, man. Hey, Q, how you feel about it?
Well, first and foremost, I need to let everybody know that I'm at work right now, so I want y'all to know this dedication is real out here in these streets.
Hey, and he got a real job, ladies, like a real one.
Hey, chill, I got a whole girlfriend. Stop.
You right.
You out here trying to auction people off? Like...
Nah, I was just acknowledging that he had a real job. Like, you niggas really have money. I'm the only broke one.
Anyway,
okay.
Back to the podcast. Yes, podcast has been like he said, it's the same stuff that we do on the regular. So it ain't nothing new for us. But it's like you said, giving it out to the people, letting them hear kind of what we be talking about, shooting the shits and whatnot. So it's been fun. We got what's this, episode 5? 6?
6? Technically 6, but we put 7 shows out.
Yeah, so we still got a long way to go. But every episode getting better. So we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna make a little noise somewhere. I don't know where, but we're gonna do a little something at some point.
Yeah, the numbers been staying consistent. I really do appreciate like our loyal fans. And well, more so friends, because you know it's a lot of our friends too. But I appreciate that they keep coming back, listening, and like the personal text saying like, "Oh, I like this, I like that." People be hitting me with jokes that I don't even remember that we said, so I know they really listening. But I enjoy like the whole process, just like from scratch. Like, all right, we're gonna share this note. We're gonna talk about these 6, 7 things. Then from creating a cover, creating the intros, all that stuff like that, and the fact that we can put it out and actually get appreciation from it, though. That's I really bang with that part of it. It's like a really satisfying thing that you could just chill, talk to your homies like you normally would, but actually put it out there and people are receptive to it.
Well said.
Thank you.
Well, that sounded scripted.
Not at all. But I can't read, so I can't script anything. But no, see, to me, the only thing that's frustrating to me, and I don't know if y'all would agree with it, is more so like the engagement factor of it. I'm like, it's cool people listening, But I feel like the engagement is where it really is. Like, okay, we putting something out, you like it, you laughing, but what do you want to hear? Like, what are your critiques on it? That's my thing. Like, definitely wish we can get engagement up on it. Outside of just the people who got my number, like, yo, y'all should do this, y'all should do that, or hey, I couldn't hear this or I couldn't hear that. So there's one little frustrating part about it.
It can be, but in the same token, you got to remember that we just starting, so we can't be like everybody else podcast, like the big time cast that people just be in the DMs and comments and stuff like y'all should do this, that, and third. We got to build up to that point. But I understand where you're coming from because it makes sense. But that's not just gonna happen out the gate. That's gonna take some time.
Well,
no, forget that. Don't like my picture when I ask you what y'all think. When I say what y'all think, that means what y'all think.
That boy said, I need a real response. A like does not count.
Yeah, just like when you texting somebody, you putting the thumbs up is not a response.
hey, nah,
that thumbs up is definitely a response.
Yeah, we might have to backpedal on that one.
Definitely a response. No, I'm not backpedaling.
Y'all, both y'all
I ain't back on that. I need words back. But now, what were you gonna say, Roy?
You got to cut that read receipt on. So once you see read, that's a response.
I'm gonna start doing that then. For the people who don't comment, I'm gonna just be like, "Seen." I'm gonna respond "seen" on your comment.
You childish, bro.
Hey, who you talking to?
Petty.
Who you talking to?
Petty McRoberts out here.
AQ for. Oh God, I was just about to say that, bro.
Y'all got anything else to add to this?
Nah, man. Just keep supporting us, please. Kyle posted earlier today. He said it's like wine. We're going to get better with time. I felt that. I had a little praise break when I heard that, so I believe
Well,
that.
actually, I put that, but
doom.
Oh, that was you, SP. My bad.
Yeah,
I
copy Cal's post, but yeah, that was my quote. I need that credit.
Oh, yeah. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
And what was this posted, SP?
It was posted on Facebook, and I think one of y'all reposted it on Instagram, I want to say. But for that matter,
I was trying to get you a shout out, man. I was trying to get you a shout out.
I reposted it on the story. That's terrible. I forgot who I copied it from.
Hey man, it's all one and the same.
Yeah.
All right. So moving along on that, since we said how we feel about the podcast game, how do we feel about the AAF right now? Anybody watching the games?
A little bit.
Yeah, I watched a couple of them, mainly to support some former teammates and former opponents. It's a couple dudes from the Arena Football League playing out there in the Alliance League right now. But I think this league is gonna catch on, man. They let them boys actually play some real football for once compared to what the NFL been doing.
Exactly. Like I feel like it's just perfect timing, especially after the Super Bowl being trash.
Yeah,
it's like you got people still wanting more football, not in the fact that they want more football, but the fact they want some entertainment from football. So you got that perfect timing after a lackluster Super Bowl. Then you come in with this, and then you got all the rules and things like that that's being changed. Like you got to go for 2. You score a touchdown, you got to go for 2. I like that.
Yeah.
No kickoffs. You starting at the 25 because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna start at 25 anyway in the NFL.
Yeah.
Either you're going to take a knee or you're going to be stupid and not get to the 25. What else? They got the Sky Judge. I know you had some comments about that, but we don't want to interfere in your actual real life job. You got the
oh yeah, I can't talk about that. Yeah.
we got the Sky Judge in the booth who can call penalties and overturn penalties. So basically, if it's like a face mask or something like that, they can stop the game, call the face mask, or tell the refs to pick up a flag, which is clutch, which could have definitely been used in New Orleans, but that's in the past. My biggest thing, the TV timeouts. The fact that it's not really a TV timeout, they kind of do like the little pan to the commercial on the side while the game's still going on.
Yeah.
I like that. What else? They let the dudes play, like you said, they let the dudes play defense. They actually out there hitting. Overtime is like NCAA. You're not going to have an unresolved game. You get the ball in your opponent's 10. Everybody get a chance to score. And if you don't score on that, tie game. So I bang with that. And then the weirdest one, but I don't know, maybe because Q got a conspiracy theory, I'll let him say it. But I don't know if this one will be picked up at any point, but the quote-unquote onside kick. Basically, instead of an onside kick, you can elect to go for 4th and 12 on your own 28. And if you don't get it, they get the ball in great field position, kind of like an onside kick. So I do like that. It's kind of weird, but that would be dope to see how that works.
I had a conspiracy theory about that.
Yeah, about the whole reason of the AAF.
Oh yeah. The whole league, the NFL set the AAF up specifically. This ain't got nothing outside of it. The league doing this to test out a whole bunch of new stuff, and if it works in this league, then they're gonna adopt it in the NFL, guaranteed. That's why you
I
see
agree to that.
all this stuff that you're seeing is just little things that people always need said that the NFL should have been doing. So that's all it's gonna end up being. They're gonna see that it works in this league and be like, all right, we're gonna bring it over to the NFL.
But see,
Guaranteed.
Which would be
the
smart.
NFL has a little bit of a constraint there, though, just being that it's so many other stakeholders that they had to consider before they make different modifications and decisions.
That's true,
But
but
if
that's
you
the
look
whole
at
point. That's the whole point of them doing this league, so they can
Yeah.
show you. Now it's a track record. Like this works. They only
Allegedly.
gotta. Yeah, well,
Allegedly.
that's what it is. I don't care what nobody says. But they'll be able to go. They'll be able to go to all those stockholders and all those big money Caucasian men and let them know that, hey, we show y'all this. It works. We got proof. We got numbers. All that good stuff that shows that it works and people are watching. Because the numbers going to show for themselves.
It's going to be hard to cut into that advertisement, though. That advertisement money, I think, is going to be the big factor.
That probably won't be like the commercial part and how they play through TV commercials. They probably won't change that, but like kickoff, because they already trying to get rid of kickoff in the league. True. Anyway. Special special teams pretty much as a whole almost for the most part. So
those roster spots though, man, they not getting rid of that. Those roster spots.
They need them roster spots, but it's set up perfectly.
They'll figure it out.
Like they playing in the right after the Super Bowl, so that's people still want football, but at the same time, the NFL is going to keep this league around. I mean, if you look at a lot of the AAF executives, a lot of those guys have NFL experience from a front office perspective or a player perspective. So it's set up for it to be successful. Now it's just a matter of how they keep the players rolling through sponsorships and marketing.
They're gonna turn this into the G League,
or like NFL Europe.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I can see this in like 3 or 4 years being a developmental league. Like it can be, or it can be like the last chance of the NFL. Like, all right, you get cut or whatever. Next season come around, you ball out. We might bring you to camp, something like that. Where you get that second chance, or like you said, developmental. But all these people that we're already talking about, the coaches, like the faces and the people behind it, it brings like legitimacy to the league. It's not like the XFL. It was Vince McMahon and who was it? JR, like doing announcements, things like that. And you had former NFL players, but they were never like big NFL players that you knew. Yeah, it was just like, okay, Tommy Maddox, he played in the NFL. All right, he ended up balling and getting back in the NFL. But this is like, you got people in the front office, you got people advertising, you got people that was legit in the NFL like 5, 6, 7 years ago. So I feel like it is going to kind of be a situation where it's going to be here to stay. It's just perfect timing. Like, you're right after the NFL, and then speaking of the XFL, you're the year before they come. So you might have killed anything the XFL would have had for that urge of people who just want to watch football. So it's going to be interesting in the next couple of years, though.
I think the XFL will be okay as well, though, just because of what they're putting into it. From what I've heard, talking to a couple people that I have a little insight on the XFL, they're looking to compete, not with the NFL per se, but they're not looking to be a development league. They want to be their own setup, entertainment type thing. Like Vince is trying to make it fun. So I think it could sell in the markets they are in. I don't think it'll be long term though.
It'll sell because people gonna want to see the hits and just that type of how the XFL.
Well, they're not going back to the extreme though. They're not going back to the extreme market. Now it's gonna be regular football, but they're just trying to twist it. They're trying to tweak it to the point where it's close to, like Roy said, close to the actual NFL. But at the same time, make it your own. Like if you want to be real about it, I think I mentioned this before on the podcast. If not, I said this in person. Like a lot of the cameras and stuff like that, camera tricks and stuff the NFL got, that was from the XFL. Like the Sky Cam, XFL had it first. The cam on the actual field, XFL had it first. So Vince McMahon and that whole crew, like them or not, they're very creative when it comes to like camera angles and stuff like that. So even if they don't last, if they don't last, it's going to be something like an impact somewhere else.
The Arena Football League got the best cameras in football. I don't care what nobody says.
Bias.
Hey, shout out to the Arena Football League.
I'm a little biased. So what? I've been doing it for a while.
He's the company man. All the jokes he make about everybody else, he's the number one company man.
Yeah, business is strictly financial.
Anyway,
all right. That's what I thought.
All right, so how about this though? Since we want to talk about business,
All right.
how y'all feel about LeVar being in his son business at this point?
Man, LeVar building a brand, but he tripping
Right.
now.
No,
He
that
lost me.
brand
Once he said Magic was a face, he lost me. I can't listen to you no more, LeVar.
His brand already built. He just continuing doing the dumb stuff that he's been doing the entire
I think the issue is
This is
though,
true.
is that he's starting to get more. He's starting to talk more technical. I think he needs to go back to talking broad and just talking shit all the time.
Back
My
to the trolling.
boys.
Correct.
Get my boys. Get all three of my boys. You're going to win a championship. Like,
We gonna go to Phoenix.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, if Phoenix want to win, you get all three of my boys. You get Melo, Jello, and what's that one? Melo, Jello, and what did he call Lonzo and Zoe, just Zoe. Get all three of them, and you're gonna win the championship. I'm like, yo, this what got me. When Smooth looked Shannon Sharp in the face after Shannon Sharp said, "You think Lonzo better than LeBron?"
All right.
This man said, "Yes."
On this note, I can understand that because you're not gonna ever say, regardless of the truth or not, you're gonna say your son is better than
Nah,
anybody.
bro.
Come on.
Regardless of
Nah.
Hey,
I'm not a father. I'm nowhere near a father. I probably won't be a father anytime soon. But if somebody better than my son, I'm not gonna look them in their face and say my son better.
Yeah, you gotta be realistic.
Nah, that's it. Ain't about it. He knows that Zoe ain't better than LeBron, but being in your son's corner like that, that's big, regardless of if it's the truth or not. Just having that, like, damn, my dad believed in me type of stuff.
No, but the thing is,
but Zoe knows he's not better than LeBron, and LeVar knows he's not better than LeBron. But the point of it is having that person in your corner saying that they believe in what you do and all that type of stuff. That's the purpose of behind it. Y'all just looking too deep into it.
Believes that though. LeVar believes that he's better.
Nah, there's no way.
He believes it, bro. He's off. His screws are loose.
He said he got mad when LaMelo want to go back to high school to finish.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I saw that on the Facebook show.
Come on, he got mad. He was like, I want to go back to high school. What? He's trying to finish off, man. Even though I don't know what they keep talking about. Keep saying he's eligible. Is he really eligible? For college?
I did a little digging on that. He didn't take any paychecks. They were paying the brand. They were paying LeVar's brand in general. So technically, he was just over there playing ball. He never got paid a check. So, and he's never been paid by LeVar. He's not an actual signature athlete of the Big Baller brand. He's just LeVar's son.
He got his own shoe though.
Loopholes is crazy.
He doesn't have his own shoe. They just named it after him. He hasn't received any money from it.
Damn. Hey, that's smart there. That's how you do it.
That's what you call European business.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to stay doing that type of stuff. He don't need to be talking in the public because he said he disappeared for a minute. And you ain't hear nothing about him for a while.
Oh no, he said he didn't disappear.
He
said was I was overseas. Yeah. They ain't got no Skip Bayless over there. Yeah, I said I want to talk to Skip Bayless. They ain't have you over there.
Bro, there's cameras everywhere. If he wanted to say something, he could easily say something.
No, they sent the report. They sent the ESPN reporter back because he was leaking news.
Yeah.
So we ain't hear about him because it wasn't no cameras over there.
Man,
it's crazy that he actually got a bigger following overseas than he does in the U.S. and he's still trending in the U.S.
No, that ain't crazy.
I mean, yeah, when you bring an impact over there, he brought an impact over there though. It's like
he did.
Nobody was looking at Lithuania. Now he got water companies from Lithuania. So
I ain't gonna front. I looked into buying a pair of them Big Baller joints, the new mid tops they got, but I heard a valid point that Melo or Zoe has been injured every other month wearing them Z03s or Z02s. No, thank you. I'm more good fragile on that. Yeah, but I don't trust him. I don't trust them plastic shoes on the ankles either.
Yeah. So y'all saw I know y'all saw the video. Well, I know Q saw it at least. The video after the trade deadline was over, he was playing the We Ain't Going Nowhere. So
I saw that.
Yeah.
So, they didn't get traded, but a lot of people did get traded. It was basically they said statistically this was the most players in the last 7 days of the deadline. 57 players were moved. Now it was a lot of movement, but it wasn't really a lot of like impact moves. I know the biggest one was Porzingis to the Mavs. How you feel about that
move?
Nah, that ain't the biggest move.
Marc Gasol to the Raptors.
Name wise.
I think Tobias to what's the name to Philly.
Well, strategically, that's the biggest one. J. Cole to Philly. That's a big one.
Well, go ahead, bro. You call him J. Cole.
That man look just like J. Cole, man. like a 6'8" J. Cole. But no, seriously though, that's probably that or Gasol is going to be the more impactful. But when I mean biggest, I mean like namesake wise.
Oh, star.
Like when you talk about no stars got moved, but Porzingis. Porzingis, the only star was moved, and of course he's not playing for the man of the year. But the future, you got the 2 European stars over there. Dallas starting to look like the Suns back in the day, and the Spurs.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big move for the future. But yeah, like Tobias to the Sixers, that's a good move. Like it seems like the East are starting to they're trying to get ready for that playoff run because you don't know who's coming out this year. You don't know.
Yeah, because LeBron left, so they all got to
change. Won't know coming out what the East.
Yeah, you don't know coming out the East.
Yeah.
They feel like they got a chance.
LeBron made a valid point when he brought that up, though. I mean, I don't see the lie.
No lie was told. But man, y'all really don't like that Marc Gasol to the Raptors? Like I feel like that's a good move. If number 2 ever decide to play like 3 games straight, they're gonna be all right.
You can't call that man by his name though.
Nah. I'm with Skip on this one all the way. I will not call him by his name. He quit on us.
His name is Kawhi Leonard. Only if I had the name. Only if I had the name. Man. I mean, only if I had the laugh. If I had the laugh in there, I would have played it. But,
hey, bro, where the bombs and stuff at, bro? You ain't got your toys with you tonight?
Man, I do, but it ain't needed yet.
All right, I just make sure you prepared, man.
No, we good.
All right.
I definitely got to add the Kawhi laugh at some point, but yeah, though, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, like trying to see how the East shape out. But you know how that goes at the All-Star week.
Hey, when is the draft? Trade deadline always been before the All-Star break.
Yeah,
I used to thought it was after.
Well, no, it's usually sometimes. I think it depends on how it falls. Because last year it was during the the year before last it was during the All-Star game because that's when Boogie got traded to New Orleans after the All-Star game.
Yeah, you're right. That Monday, right?
He was like, word.
So
no, it was during the press conference during the game.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It was like, you got traded to New Orleans. To where? Oh, word. Okay, all right. But yeah, so kind of similar thing that happened to Harrison Barnes. I don't know what's going on with that. I heard different stories. About what happened to Harrison Barnes. Did he know about it? Did he not know about it? So, how you feel about that?
That was crazy.
I'm gonna go to what Brian said. How he was talking about how when the players want to leave or the players want to do X, Y, Z, everybody frowned upon them like, oh, they need to be grateful they're playing and this, that, and the third. But then when the owners want to get rid of you, it's just you gone. Ain't no questions about it. They ain't asking you. They trade you or cut you, and then they just say it's business. So I like what Brian was saying. As far as for the players, and they need to be treated the same way how the owners get treated when they move people.
Well, I think that's because the league has crafted this image of the players needing to be loyal to the fan base and the teams, and the teams don't have to reciprocate that same loyalty to that degree.
Hey man, shout out to Damian Lillard, who's my current favorite player now. Everybody else done done some shicey stuff. Yeah, pretty much.
Hey yo.
Yeah, Damian Lillard, my new favorite player. He loyal.
I don't care what nobody say. Celtics still won in the East. Ain't trying to hear that.
Nah, I don't think they built for that.
You don't really believe that no more.
Hey, y'all young boys ain't balling like last year either.
Kyrie a team killer.
That's what I was getting at when I said I don't think they built for that. I think Kyrie can't be that number 1 player. I feel like when the time comes, it's his moment, but I don't think he can carry.
See, the thing is, if you look at the history of the league, there's never been a point guard that was the number 1 player to lead their team to an NBA championship.
To win it? No.
Never.
Everybody had hope. Nobody won it by themselves anyway.
Yeah, but it's always a second. It's always like a 2 guard and a big man combination, generally speaking.
I feel like Kyrie's a great 1A player.
Right.
No, I think he doesn't have somebody. He doesn't, like SB said, he doesn't have that one other guy that's like a big time. They got a lot of pieces, a lot of good decent players, but he don't have that extra person that's on his level like that top tier.
That's why honestly I was hoping that and to this day I've been saying it for about a year and a half now. We need to trade Kyrie, but.
Hey, I thought about what's the boxer name when SP said?
Oh yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought that same thing when he said
it.
Hey, nah, but
hey, sure, go ahead,
we gotta trade Kyrie, man. I was hoping that we traded him for Porzingis, to be honest with you, because I could have seen him and Tatum being a good combination.
He wouldn't have wanted to go there if Porzingis weren't there though. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I think the offseason could be more interesting than this trade deadline was.
Yeah, because that in the season we already know what's going to happen at the end of the season more than likely. So the
Yeah, the
off season
Spurs
is
gonna make a run and knock off
A
the
run at what?
Warriors.
Hopefully a run at I don't know.
No, it's gonna play out. Look, man, the Spurs gonna the
a
Lakers.
run at the Southwest Division.
Nah, so the Lakers gonna end up having to play the Warriors in the second round.
Oh, Lakers got to get past us first.
Who's
Who's
us?
us?
Sacramento. What you mean?
You just said you was a Portland. You said you was a
No,
Portland.
no. I said Damian Lillard is my favorite player.
You're a Portland fan. You're a Trailblazer fan.
No. I'm not. I'm a Sacramento fan through and
They
through.
got a team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, don't say
team that's
don't,
now.
don't say through and
Ahead of
through
y'all.
because don't say through and through because you flopped
Never
for a
dropped
minute.
No,
Chill.
I didn't.
No, you didn't drop them. You said nothing about them for a couple of solid
Yeah.
years. You never even spoke Sacramento Kings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting up here with a whole jersey.
Yeah, nigga. Now.
I had these for years. What you talking about?
And ain't say nothing. Ain't do nothing.
Ain't never seen the jersey. He don't even know who Pedro Stojakovic is.
This nigga, man,
crazy.
Doug, who?
Anyway, back to what y'all was saying. Christy, hey, Q know who he is. Kobe know who he is too.
Ooh.
Yeah, Kobe got them rings too. What Christy got?
Them knuckles.
What else gonna take him in life? Nowhere. What he doing now? Nothing.
Hey, he got millions.
Okay.
He got millions.
Okay. What he doing?
His wife was a TV celebrity.
I don't even know who his wife is.
She was on.
It don't matter.
Exactly.
She was on TV.
Okay.
Exactly.
Say less.
He ain't doing shit. Continue.
What Kobe wife doing?
Being
Besides
pregnant.
taking back a cheater. All right.
Being pregnant.
Whoa, black man don't cheat.
Yeah.
Whoa, black man don't cheat. We're not gonna start that.
Kobe's Italian. Kobe's Italian. So
no, he's
black. Good point.
He's black.
Good point. No, his name's Bean Bryant. It sounds Italian.
Yeah, and he was born in Italy. So anyway.
These are
Y'all
good points
making
there.
zero nonsense. I'm about to leave.
Bye.
I'm going back to work. Oh, but I'm just leaving.
He got mad because Kobe gone. Anyway,
it's all good. We're gonna see where Sacramento is when the end of the season comes.
Probably nowhere, but still. Yeah.
All right.
Was that all right? You leaving or all right? Just all right.
I was just saying all right.
Oh, just making sure, man.
All right, so we've talked about the NBA trade deadline and what's been going on before that All-Star break. And now we're going to transition over to MLB. We got Frank Robinson. He was the first black manager in the MLB. That's a little FYI for you guys out there. So as far as Frank Robinson is concerned, he was a general manager for the Orioles. He actually won the AL Manager of the Year in 1989. A little known fact as well, he actually was a state champion with Bill Russell back in high school. So as far as the MLB and black managers, you guys got any thoughts on the present status of that?
Man, to be honest, I only knew 2 black managers, like Dusty Baker and Ron Washington. Those are the only 2 I knew. And the only reason I knew Ron Washington because he got caught with like coke or something like that.
Yeah.
Or crack or something like that. And that was not even a good thing about it. But I remember, I think he was in like Houston or something when that happened. Or I only knew those 2 because, we don't really, managers aren't really the face of the organizations like it is with other sports. So, especially black managers, like I really only knew 2. So,
yeah. When
y'all dropped it, I had to do my own research on who he was, and I was like, "Oh, first black manager." Yeah. But then I thought about it. I was like, "Yo, I don't know any other black managers." Yeah.
I mean, the league ain't got, but what we say, like 7% black people in general, or something like that.
You can't call it the league, bro. It's baseball. You got to say Major League Baseball.
The Major League. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it don't even sound right if you're talking. It's called the baseball, the league.
Nevertheless,
technically it's a league, though.
I mean,
so what? 7%, 6%, whatever the percentage was of black people as actual players. So the ownership level ain't gonna be but 1, 2. Well, not ownership, but manager level might be like 1, 2. Maybe.
Is it a single black owner in Major League Baseball?
Owner?
I doubt it extremely.
I would go on a limb and say no. because we would know about it.
Probably
Probably.
not.
I think I honestly think I might be wrong, but I think Jordan is the only black owner in sports.
Wouldn't surprise
I,
me.
I think, and he's a majority owner. It
Oh,
might be
we
like people
tripping,
with
bro. We
stakes.
tripping, dog. Magic Johnson owned the Dodgers.
He's a partial owner.
Yeah, well, part owner.
Yeah,
That's probably as good
Yeah,
as it's
but
gonna get.
Jordan is a majority.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I might have to go look that up after this, but I think Jordan might be the only black owner.
Rest in peace,
Yes.
Frank Robinson. By the way, that's kind of
Yeah.
why we started talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I just Googled black owners in sports, and they say 3 leagues, 92 teams, and 1 black principal owner.
And is that Jordan?
I don't know. I'm trying to read through the article real quick, but it ain't pop up.
He trying to pay for the
Just
pay
a
for
little
the
bit
ads.
on how Frank Robinson felt about being the first black manager. I felt this quote. We could all relate to it, just based on coming up in life and trying to gain opportunities, trying to take advantage of opportunities. My man said, "When things went right, fine, but when things went wrong, it was going to be doubly bad because of me being the first black manager." And when I heard that, it kind of just made me reflect on my mom telling me when I grew up that if I wanted to earn positions or take an opportunity, that many times I had to be double as good. Yeah,
Twice as
exactly.
good. Yep.
Hey, everybody heard that thing, boy.
I think Coach Ham probably told us about that. Shoot.
Nah,
Not at all.
Shout out to our mamas,
Coach Ham.
man.
No, I was about to say Coach Ham. No, I've been hearing that since I was a little kid.
Yeah, you gotta be twice as good as them.
The black plight, man.
They
Real rap,
lying,
though.
though.
It ain't.
They
It not,
lying. They ain't told a single lie, boy. Life
Hey,
get
but
tough. You get successful, and they want to hate you more.
Hey, but crazy thing about it, as black men, we still are seen more acceptable than black women, so we can't even complain for real. Like black women are like when you consider like opportunities, they're like the lowest on the totem pole.
Yeah, this is true.
Like you got the white men, white women.
It's interesting
black
that
men,
you
black
brought that up, though, because I was talking to two of my black female coworkers one day, and they had actually mentioned the fact that in some industries, when you talk about from corporate opportunities, black women will get those opportunities before black men. And I thought that was kind of interesting that they brought that up.
Certainly.
Hey, guys! Before y'all get too deep in this, I want to let y'all know that I'm about to hop off real quick. I gotta go do some work stuff. So this is for Rory right here.
About to go save the world, huh?
This is for Rory.
Oh, Mike made out of basketball. Yeah, man.
exit stage left. I don't even know how you gonna pop. Oh no, man, we got the link. But yeah, what was you saying, Espedo?
Yeah, you done made me lose my train of thought. Nah, but a bigger point though, back on the Frank Robinson thing, like I said, he won the AL Manager of the Year in '89 for the Orioles. However, when he first moved there with his family, they struggled just to get housing, just because the landlords in Baltimore were refusing black tenants.
That's crazy too, because Baltimore really, well, I guess at that time it probably still was a little segregated, but you would think Baltimore is up north technically, that they'd be a little
Bro,
more
you would think the
welcoming
club
to
would
it.
help him get a crib.
Exactly. In 1989, come on now. This is 89. We ain't talking like 69. We're talking 89.
Yeah, you're right. And the fact
Yeah,
he still, I mean, yeah, that's crazy. But this America, dog, and the emphasis on the, you know.
Hey.
that letter's not even in the actual spelling, but I got you though.
You know what I'm talking about.
And I just got an issue with the fact that baseball, they kind of try to promote this way that they're trying to become more diverse, and they really utilize Jackie Robinson as a beacon for that. However, he continued to speak out on how basically there needs to be more diversity in baseball, and they continue to ignore him while using his image to indicate that there was diversity in baseball.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if Jackie Robinson's still talking, I don't want to listen.
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
It's that he can tell me right now that I'm willing to listen to. I promise. Nothing.
But seriously though, like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it ever will be fixed. with African Americans in baseball. It just seems like it's in a sense beyond us at this point. Not saying it's better than us. What I mean by beyond us is like we don't even care about it. Like we're not growing up watching the games anymore. We playing t-ball because we need a sport. Like, okay, we're not old enough to play football, so let's play t-ball. Like it's just there kind of as a placeholder to get
Do
to
kids even
basketball.
play t-ball anymore?
Man, I see a lot of people like we're at that age range when we actually have like friends with kids about 6, 7, 8 years old, and a lot of them are playing t-ball like when they're younger, but you don't really see a lot of them transition to like baseball. It's like, all right, they start playing basketball or they think about the football. So, I mean, it's still around, but are they going to stick to it? I don't know. I just don't see like us really embracing it again, especially when you get that CBA for the NBA and the money's way better now. You don't have to be that great of a player to make all the money anymore. And then, of course, the NFL is always going to be there. So, I mean, if you're good enough to play, you're going to want to go play. So,
the Wizards definitely still gave Otto Porter $100 million. That was crazy.
man,
That's the market.
4
Man.
years.
Stop talking about your teammate, man.
Skirt.
Somehow I don't know how, but somehow that's your teammate.
Chill out, bro. AFL free agency start March 1st.
All right, so how can I put my name in the hat?
You are the creative director for this podcast at the moment. You have one job.
Outside of my real job, I got one job, right?
Yeah. Outside of being a millionaire, you got to make sure this podcast keeps running.
All right, now.
So
anyway, moving on.
all right, my bad. Sorry. I didn't mean to talk about that.
Anyway, man. Moving on. So, funny little topic here. So, just want to talk about like social medias from the guy's point of view, right? So, from the male's point of view, I'm pretty sure it's different. This would be a perfect time to have a female here. I'm sorry, a woman. Got some feminists that get mad that I said that, but to have a woman here to kind of have their retorts to everything we're saying. So, in a nutshell, how do y'all feel about IG from the guy's
stop with that internet? I'm like, oh, this is starting off real wild.
No.
oh, you horny.
And chill out, it's not 11 o'clock.
What?
What?
This is definitely getting cropped out.
Oh, that's crazy. Nah, you gotta let that fly. That boy wide open with it. 10:30. He said 11 o'clock. I'm on you. Hey, I told you 18 to 80, blind, crippled, and crazy. SP going. I told you.
_ SP Global.
Look.
Hey, nah, man. IG make it crazy these days, dog. You like too many pictures, girls swear you want to love her. And then I still can't get over. It was like 3 weeks ago when Shorty asked me to cash app her for a video. Bruh, like, baby girl, why would I cash app you to see you twerk? Like, I'm astonished by that. Like, it was crazy. And I had to block her.
Well, yeah. I mean, your problem is you actually liking pictures. I'm sending you with likes, yo.
Nah, you gotta let them likes fly.
Hey, hold on, Cal. You ain't got a lot of me. But all right.
Man, come on now.
Okay.
Anyway.
Oh, all right.
Anyway.
Oh, all right. I wish we could show video footage.
I might get like 5 likes off a day. If that. only if we had other people in the chat right now, because they be on liking sprees. I'm like, yo,
yeah, we gonna say no names, but man, them boys be wide open on them likes, dog. I'm talking about every picture I see 3 names for sure pop up. And IG be telling on you too.
That don't be like, you're 2 homeboys in this random.
Yeah.
Okay.
I be like,
yo, y'all liking everything, man. This would be tripping like, yo, how do you even know her? You ask them, how you know her? I mean, man, she followed me a long time ago. Dog,
no, she didn't. Then that one friend that SP got that always follow random chicks that we know he didn't know. But I ain't gonna say no.
That's just hit me. I'm like, what is this? Oh. Like, yo, how do you know her? She's from Anchorage, Alaska, and that's my 3rd cousin. Like, how do you know her? Hey, bro, she just she sent me a request the other day. No, she didn't, dog. Like, come on now. It'd be crazy when you try to G check them. Like, yo, how you know such and such? Oh yeah, they sent me that request, dog.
No, she didn't, bro.
But, dog, come on now.
She didn't even follow you back, bro.
her boyfriend don't allow her to be on Instagram. But yo, so what's our take on, like, we had a whole bunch of like behind the curtain argument, well, not really arguments, debates about like, yo, we should do this, we should do that with the show. And one thing Roy brought up is like, yo, we got to get somebody Instagram famous on that. What in the world is Instagram famous, Roy?
Instagram famous is somebody with a lot of followers, and the only you get paid off of that stuff. But that's how you get promoted without actually paying for Instagram. If you link up and do business with somebody that's got a lot of followers, people gonna support it. People so fake these days that they gonna say somebody with 1 million followers repost a video of the podcast. Guess what? We gonna get 6,000 followers off of that just because we technically went viral. That's why I keep telling you got to call Carrie Hilson, bro. I know she got a thing for you. You got to call her, bro. And you got to literally get on IG and video call her, bro. Like, she just going to have to either block you or she going to listen to the podcast. One of the two.
But why would I have to call her, though? Come on,
you want me to put your business out there?
Anyway, moving on.
All right.
So,
Hey, hold up, Cal, hold up.
So you said IG famous.
You can IG call people?
What's up?
No,
I have no idea. Though. I don't even go. Oh, but I don't even do the what is the thing called? Stories. I'm old when it comes to IG. I'm sitting on the couch the other day. I'm like, hey, Roy, how you post this picture? I'm sitting there for like an old head, sitting there pointing at my phone like, yo, how you post it? He just snatched my phone, but like, I got it. You got to put the boomerang on. I'm like, what's the boomerang? Oh, that's the jump the girls be doing when they do like the 2-second pose. Like, I really feel old when it comes to like IG. Like, I don't be doing all those extra features. But I mean, but if you want to talk about somebody like Carrie Hilson, though, she's like an actual legit celebrity. So what do you consider, like you said, 1 million followers? So that's like a quote unquote public figure on Instagram? Because I still to this day don't know what a public figure is.
That the public figure don't be people just trying to, they be fake making themselves public figures, because anybody can put public figure on their page. If you create a business account, I believe public figure is an option.
That's exactly what it is.
No, I don't if you don't have a Wikipedia, you're not a public figure.
I can't agree
so
to that.
So technically Roy's a public.
I got a Wikipedia, but I'm not a public figure.
Man, you out here famous, cuz.
Bro, I'm a broke bum with a college degree from the 7.5. That's it.
All right. I'm about to go ahead and update your Wikipedia. Talk about how not broke you are. Shout out to Wikipedia. Even though they be asking for money.
They do ask for money. Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. I donated.
Hey, sorry for the bother, but this is free. So
I donated to Wikipedia one time. Wikipedia got me through college, so I'm appreciative.
Oh, of course.
I done gave more money to Wikipedia than I did my own school.
Hey, look, Professor talking about Wikipedia's not a source.
Shit. You can cite Wikipedia too.
Shoot.
Boy.
Wikipedia.
Man, but no, Instagram is made a way though. I like Instagram for the fact like it gives small businesses a chance these days. Hell, it gave the podcast a chance. Like we ain't paid for no marketing, but we out here got a couple people that pay attention to it. So it's using social media for marketing has helped businesses grow. But it's some good and bad to it too, because I think people over analyze social media. It kills relationships. And that's people let people in. Like I'm not against people that, you got to be smart how you moving on social media, because a lot of things can be misinterpreted, and then next thing you know, you in a jam.
Exactly, and that's why I told you I don't like pictures.
No, that's real.
Because if you like in a relationship, out of a relationship, a like could be taken 2 different ways.
Yeah.
Oh, 1, he wants me, or 2, why does he keep liking my pictures? Like, I don't really, if I like your picture, it's like legit me liking your picture. If I'm trying to get at you, I probably won't do it from liking. Like
I had to watch how I was liking, because back in my younger day, I used to post some wild stuff on Instagram. So my explore page was kind of crazy. I didn't change up. The business is more important, so I had to change up the persona. People thought I was really living that IG post life. I wasn't. I was just posting videos.
That's what pulled his car. It was like, hold on now.
They like, bro, you in the club? Nah, bro, I just posted a video, bro. I'm at the crib.
It's from 3 weeks ago,
bro.
It's from 3 weeks ago.
Bro, I'm at the crib chilling, bro.
I ain't even gonna lie, shorty. I did it. What was it? A couple of days ago. I had posted a picture from when I was out in Vegas and went to Benihana, and this junk asked me, "What you doing out in Vegas?" I was like, I ain't there right now.
Mm.
I said, you lying. I don't think it's a lie.
Hey, she was trying to get flued out.
Yep. She slid him the DMs and was like, "So
Hell
you in
yeah.
Vegas, huh?"
She said
So-
it go down.
So without incriminating yourself, what's your DM sliding policy when you were single?
Are we talking about sending DMs or receiving?
No, sliding into DMs, like actually sending them. What is your policy? Because I remember back in the day where I'm not gonna mention names, but I remember back in the day. This is before SP got into the fold with the group. A certain young lady, she hit me like a picture from like 47 weeks ago, before DMs was there.
That's crazy.
and Roy and all the other, they're like, yo, you better get on that, bro. But yeah, back before DMs is like you had to go to an old picture from a long time ago to be discreet about that. But the crazy thing about that, if somebody else is lurking, they're gonna be doing the same thing and see that you just posted 5 minutes ago on that same picture. So how do y'all treat like DM sliding, or did treat past tense?
My DMs broke, but when they were working, you gotta just shoot your shot every now and then if you really want to talk to them.
Everything goes. No holds barred.
Yeah. But I didn't see some pretty clever Jones. I'll be on Twitter looking, and girls childish these days, dog. They be posting what cats be sending in their DMs on Twitter. But I will say that some of these cats is getting clever. I seen one dude, he posted a picture of a ball, or he sent the ball with like 4 dots on it, and it showed that it's seen.
Yeah.
So my man replied back and was like, "Oops, my ball fell in your DMs. I just came to get it." I'm like, okay, that's clever. Okay.
That depends on who you're talking to, though. Somebody might find that corny. Somebody might find that hilarious.
This is true.
Mess around, get the wrong one in there, like, why you so corny? You can just hear her neck rolling while she typing. Like,
Yeah, don't reply no light skinned girl DM, bro.
You
light skinned
bound to be
bad
on social media screenshot somewhere.
Oh yeah, don't let her forehead be too big either. She got a big forehead, boy. It's a wrap.
Nah, you gotta be respectful. You can't be saying any and everything to anybody. Back in my heyday, when I was DM sliding and jumping.
True.
You have to be respectful. And honestly though, 9 times out of 10, if I was in your DM, it really won't try to get at you. It's really like holding a conversation or something like that. Because I'm terrible with like the execution part of it. I'm terrible. So
what you mean the execution part?
I will be talking to you for like 17 months in the DMs and trying to get at you. And I'll be like, yo, I just can't ask for the number. Like, so if I'm talking to you in the DMs and I'm not asking for your number, it's probably
don't tell me you wanted them.
So Roy doesn't believe anything that I say.
Nah,
so.
I ain't believe none of them lies.
Don't tell me you wanted them. What's your IG people?
Not at all. I don't. I'm like the most antisocial person. Like, matter of fact, if you was in town, you would have saw when we was at Wing Bistro.
Yeah,
were we at Wing Bistro?
Yeah, Wing Bistro Saturday night.
Oh man, all these wing places. Well, it was at Wing Bistro, and we was just talking and everything. Every time the waitress came by, I kind of got quiet. I don't know why. I'm just like, yo, I don't know you, bro. But I kind of loosened up. So I'm kind of weird like that. I guess I'm like really sociable when I get to know you, but I don't really want to talk to nobody. Tie up your cleats. Strap up them gloves. Make sure your facts are ready, because you're now entering press coverage with Dion.
Yo, it's not Dion. Press coverage is usually run by my dog, but he had to take a leave of absence for the day, so I'm gonna take it over for him. We're gonna talk about black business in the African American community and the lack of support. One thing I've always noticed is people always say we don't have enough black businesses, but we really have a lot of black businesses. We as a culture just don't support black business. And we have a big buying power. One thing that I've seen, it was a report done last year. Our buying power in the black community is $1.3 trillion of buying power to spend. But guess what? We spend it outside of our own community. Just imagine if we spent that money with our own people. How do y'all feel personally about some of the topics that we know about black business and the stereotypes?
Stereotypically, when we talk about black businesses, when you're not informed, we're talking about higher priced goods versus what you can get from the store. Like you can get a white t-shirt from a black business with like a letter on it, and it's gonna be $35 when you can go to Target and get that same shirt for 15, which is not actually the case. That's like a, like you said, stereotype. A lot of black businesses are doing the prices are a little bit higher, but they're not that drastically high where it's like, okay, it's gonna break you. Like unless you really out here pitching pennies, supporting the black business is not really gonna break your pockets.
Yeah, I agree with that. But like I said, most of the time you hear, oh, we wanna shop with black businesses, but either they charge too much, or then from the business side of it, everybody comes in at them and they want a discount because we both black, so y'all you need to cut me a deal type stuff. So it's kind of get hit on both sides of it. But overall, like Kyle said, there's a lot of stereotypes about how black businesses are run and what they do and stuff like that. But if we put that money, like Roy was saying, back into the community, we can change a whole lot of stuff. But we want to go out and buy all the expensive name brands and European stuff. Like it ain't that deep.
What if we buying European stuff because that's where we was
No, what?
Elaborate.
None. No.
No, I'm just playing. I was just joking. I had nothing, absolutely nothing there. I just wanted to see if y'all was going to make a joke about some crazy shit, but nobody took the bait.
Nah, but yo, on some real though, when you talk about European stuff, like I don't personally know too many people out here buying these high price European stuff. I don't know too many people who actually out here buying legit Gucci, legit.
That's because
Prada,
people in your tax bracket actually
but
shop
for real,
responsibly, bro.
with
come back to this.
With the whole
That's the
Gucci
truth.
stuff
That's
going
the
on
truth.
with blackface and all that, talking about boycotting Gucci and this, that, and the third. I was thinking, I'm like, realistically, the cats that own Gucci and that really got the real stuff, they got the money where they can put it aside and not wear it and it be cool. But the cats that spending Gucci money out of their means, they can't put that pair of jeans aside. They can't put that $1,000 pair of shoes aside. They got to wear it because they didn't drop a whole stack on it. But like I said, most cats don't either. They don't got real designer stuff, or they just don't got none at all. So like the whole boycotting thing, I just thought it was funny because that falls into the hands of like the rich people.
Calvin's.
Man, chill out. I have no Gucci, no Prada. Nah, chill out. I don't wear designer clothes.
Oh,
Lie
hold
to
on, no.
me.
He's in that point where you know how
Lie
you
to
get
me.
so much money where you just wear regular stuff. He on that level.
Yeah, the Bill Gates and Warren Buffett's.
Yeah. He just wear regular clothes.
Still use coupons to look regular.
Facts.
Yeah.
Man,
But it'd be a regular shirt that's really worth like $10 million.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Yeah.
Got big money.
Anyway,
I got you.
That's why you might cut out.
It's all good.
He said C Rob Clothing. He said your name is in your own clothes, but nobody can see the logo. It's just in the tag.
Word. Yeah, that's how we be.
But nah, on top of that, man, I think a lot of with the black community is it's a lot of good stores, but the bad stores outweigh the good. Professionalism struggles at a lot of black stores, mainly because you know how our people get. The people that's really running the store, and if it's a store that has employees, most of the time they feel like they worth more than they getting paid. So they closing early, they trying to find a shortcut instead of just providing the best service possible. And that wears on people. Because if you keep trying to, we all know we shop at black stores and black businesses. But after a while, you be like, bro, I'm about to go to this chain store because I know the service is gonna be good over there. And I'm not talking about your small Instagram businesses. I'm talking about like actually established restaurants and locations that have a physical building.
Yeah, just like to bring up Soulja Boy again, like when he owned that Subway, he tried to pop up and they had it closed. Like, come on now. He popped up in the middle of the day and the Subway was closed. Come on now. That's not responsible. But that falls on a lot of times of like who you hire too. So a lot of times people might try to undercut by just hiring friends and family. And, you know, certain friends and family are not going to respect you as a boss because you grew up with them. Like, that's one thing. And that all depends on like your management style and how you are, because it's hard for some people to become that I wouldn't say controller, but more that person that like emphasize everything. Like, yo, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. Like when it's somebody you grew up with, or like a family member. So I see a lot of times like when you at that restaurant, oh, it's his niece or it's her nephew, kind of running a register or something like that. So it's not that structure that you will have when you don't personally know that owner. You know.
You right on that. That's true.
Yeah, I don't know. We can do better, but it's just like I say, it's a lot of patience that comes from both sides, the consumer and the business overall.
Yeah.
But once we get to that level on like the same page, then that'll boost up a lot. I think personally.
I was talking to my grandpa over the weekend, man. He got mad at me when I told him Martin Luther King the integration killed us. But I feel like black businesses would have been booming.
They were
in a segregated society.
They were
like they were. Because just think about it, it wouldn't have been, oh, I got to start my business. Your grandparents had already owned that business. All you had to do was keep it running for generations. Which that's how.
My bad.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's kind of what's going on now. But a lot of people don't want to take that time to run those businesses. People
everybody want to be Instagram famous.
People grandparents and stuff got those little mom and pop shops that they can pass along to the grandkids and kids and stuff like that. But they don't want to run those businesses. They don't want to do that work because it's work. And nowadays, like we say, you see cats on Instagram, social media, just making it off of not being funny or just doing some dumb stuff. So you see that, and you see how easy it was. All the chicks that's out here to just get naked on social media, and now they up there making legit money. So you see that, and then it's like, dang, I'm out here busting my butt in this shop trying to make it, and we barely surviving month to month. And then you go look on your phone, and somebody out here telling jokes that ain't funny, and they making it. So I
preach, man. Instagram.
I understand like kind of both sides of it, but we got to look at the long term. A lot of us look at the short term. Just the quick, all right, what is it going to do for me in the next month, the next year, next
That's
5
a very
years?
good point.
But if you set stuff up and you looking at it, what's it going to do for me for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, it's going to outweigh everything that you got going on now. It's just, that's just kind of how we got to think. But like I said, a lot of us young cats, our age, younger, maybe a little bit older, it's that mindset is now.
Instant gratification.
Yes, how I'm gonna get this money? How this money gonna make me look? Because at the end of the day, for most people, they just trying to stunt. They want to have the cars, the clothes, the hoes, I suppose.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, okay. They just want to have all that stuff so they can flex on social media and make people perceive that they live in this life that they're not really living.
I just want to be successful.
That's kind of what it is. For the people that didn't catch the reference.
Yeah, nah, I'm gonna leave that to Drake.
All right.
Meanwhile, he didn't sing the hook. But as far as like supporting black communities, I mean, black businesses and everything, I personally, I don't mean to sound.
Just say.
It can't be racist. I'm supporting my own. Forget it. Yeah, I personally look for black people first. Like when I went to go get my car,
racist.
I didn't want. Word.
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 Killer Mike was just talking.
But no,
talking about the same
though.
thing. It is not racist or anything like that. It's everybody else's community, Jewish community do the same thing. Chinese people do the same thing. Everybody else's community does the exact same thing. They keep everything in their community.
But
they buy their stuff from their own people. They do everything with their people. But then when black folk do it, either it's looked at as, oh, y'all don't want to do nothing with somebody else, or black folk are doing it and they don't want to work with other black folk because you know how we get, and they go do their stuff.
I want to be the man.
They go do their stuff with other races because it's easier to operate with because they don't want to put the work in.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I personally look for black people first. When I went to get my car, I didn't want to talk to anybody that wasn't black. I literally was acting disinterested until a black guy came up. It was actually a black guy way younger than us that came up. It was like, hey man, what you looking for? And I started talking to him. I would rather get the young black man to sell versus someone else.
Spicy.
However it sounds, take it that way. But this is just how it's kind of brought up. Like you want to 'cause you want to do for others like you hope they'll do for you. Like, also, I'm about to soon be in the market for a crib. I'm probably going to ask people for black realtor.
Right.
Nothing against white realtors, but I'm going to look for a black realtor. Of course, I'm going to do my due diligence to look at their sales and all that stuff like that. But I'm going to be looking for a black realtor. Just putting out there. Like, if I'm doing something, I'm going to be looking for a black person. Like, I'll look for black people first. Now, if there's no one there for me, I mean, I'm going to go where I have to go. But I personally look for black people first. Like, you know, one of my old teammates, y'all know him, JJ, actually copped a sweater off him. He has his own clothing brand now. It's called Neo. And he started his more so because he's a very fashionable guy. He does the flashy, well, not flashy. He does like the real, like the European style dressing. I don't know if I just offended him in that when he listens to it, but he does that type of dressing. And he was getting frustrated, like we were talking about. I'm giving my money to these, you know, these expensive European brands and things like that. I might as well start my own company with more affordable clothes. So that's why he started his own. And the name for it is actually a cool acronym. It's Nothing is Expensive on Us. So it's kind of like a double play on words and like the actual prices on it. So y'all go check him up. It's Neo, Neio, Nieo. I'm sorry.
Drop the link on the page. They can know where to go.
I will. I'll drop it in the podcast and on the link though.
I think we didn't really touch on this, but another big piece of it is the fact that you got the rising, or I would guess you could say the resurgence of entrepreneurship in America in general. Me personally, when I'm thinking about it, I feel like the past 2 decades, for the most part, African Americans have been pushed to strive more for higher education or to enter the industries such as entertainment or professional sports, as opposed to creating their own business or trying to be their own boss. So I feel like that plays a little bit of a part on that impact as far as black businesses is concerned.
So y'all gonna go shop at a black business tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Just wondering.
Hey, we can definitely drop.
I don't plan on spending money
drop
tomorrow.
Little links in the chat. Like when we come across stuff, we can drop little links in the chat. Well, not in the chat, but in the.
Say that one more time, Q. Say that one more
We
time.
can drop little links on the page, like when we come across different black businesses and stuff like that. I mean, just to get it out there, because a lot of times it's not that people don't want to do it; they just don't know where to go.
Hey, I'm on a black business this weekend, bro. My cousin got the tour bus out in Raleigh, RTC. Check it out.
Word.
Who hosting it? Or who? I mean, which cousin?
Robert.
You ain't give a name. You ain't drop an IG name.
hey, we're gonna drop the link. It's Recognize the City Tours is the name of it. It's basically like I said, party bus, all inclusive. They hit up 3 locations out of the 50 plus venues out there in Raleigh. Got complimentary drinks on the bus. Really a good time. It could be individuals, groups, you know.
I'm going to Chick-fil-A this weekend.
Terrible. But you ain't a red member, so it don't matter.
What you mean?
But
Boy, who
what's
ain't
your
got
status
that?
on the app? That's the better question. Oh yeah.
Oh, I just got right.
Sit back.
I ain't know. I've been spending money and didn't know.
Hey, chill.
My bad.
Clutch, but
I'm a vibe.
yeah, we're good.
Rewards on deck.
All right, all the serious stuff right quick. We about to break up the monotony real quick, and let's talk about that Chris Brown and Offset. How y'all feel about that?
Hey, what does monotony mean?
I don't know. Google it. But anyway, it just fit in the spot.
I just was trying to learn something, bro. I thought you had an educated answer. My bad.
I don't know. Google it. I heard it used in the right context, and I used it in the right context.
It used the hell out of it because it sounded right.
Anyway, man, what's going on? How y'all feel about the Chris Brown Offset?
Offset don't want that smoke, man.
Like I've been saying, bro, Chris Brown been wanting to fight a male for the past 10 years to show that he's tough.
Yeah, he got to show face.
He has everything else going for him. He got the gang affiliation and the angry attitude, tattoos, all the stuff that you would put towards an angry guy.
Nah, man, Pyru to the side. I'm still a man.
Anyway, and
that's what he said.
And so the only thing he doesn't have in his in his background is throwing hands with a dude. So he been wanting smoke with anybody he can get smoke with. So we'll see. But we already know Migos, they don't fight.
I was just finna say.
Oh, they jump. They jump.
Yeah.
They jump.
So yeah.
They jump XSX Tentacion, and he's way younger than him. He was like what 17 when they jumped him. Joe look like, man. But yeah, they don't fight
QC will
fair,
send
but
them
that's what
hitters.
family for.
This is true though. This is true. Man.
He ain't lying.
Hey,
You see
while
the
y'all talking
label.
though, I don't know if y'all been keeping up with Tory Lanez, another weekly topic for us. Y'all see how they ran up on Old Boy and made him apologize for the diss track?
Nah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nah.
If y'all did not see that, y'all need to go watch it. Young boy named Dax from Canada too. He actually played basketball in Montana. But Tory Lanez and them, they ran up on him. He don't want to say it, but the word's out. They jumped him. And they made him apologize on camera for the diss track. But the crazy thing about it, he ain't saying nothing disrespectful on the diss track. He just kind of killed them. Like, he was basically saying, dog, like, you're not saying nothing in your raps. Okay, we get it. You got girls, you got money, but you ain't rapping about nothing. Like, and he was like on some intellectual type stuff. And I guess Tory felt the way because he ain't run up on Don Q like this. He ain't run up on Joyner. And they said disrespectful stuff to him. So that's crazy, though.
He picked the little man on the totem pole to try to make it. Just like what they was talking about with Baby. When Charlamagne was saying he ain't run up on Ross and Trick Daddy and them like that, but you can come up on me like this.
But I'm gonna run up on you though.
So
is you done or is you finished?
So yeah, he what's his name? Tory found a little cat that he can run up on and make himself look big. But like I said, he ain't gonna run up on none of the big dogs that he was beefing with like that.
But yeah, that's no crazy because like in the video, you catch the part where Tory's like, he's out of breath too. He's like, yo, apologize. Dude, like, hold on, I got you. Hold on. I apologize for dropping the diss track. But they done jumped the man and took his chain just because he dropped the diss track on him. That's crazy.
Boys ain't want that smoke, boy.
Hey, man, look, you don't know if a gun was pointed to his head on the side. You don't know. You just see literally him out of breath. So that man might have made, because he was like, man, I made the best decision. The way he's talking, he was like, I made the best decision for my family. I needed to go home. You know, I needed, for my parents to see me. So he must have been getting pressed on some serious stuff if he gonna say some stuff like that. He was like, man, y'all might call me weak, but I ain't never said I was I wasn't about that. I ain't no hood dude. So I ain't about that life. So I mean, if y'all want to talk about me, oh well. So
you can respect the honesty.
Rappers be wilding, man.
He wasn't even a gangster rapper though. He not a gangster rapper though. Like he on some other type stuff. But that's the crazy part. Like you went up on the one dude who said he ain't gangster. But yeah, Offset don't want that smoke, man.
Nah,
any nigga that can do a front flip without running.
Easily 1-on-1 now. If it get down to some the nitty gritty.
Hey, I might take 1-on-2 for real.
I don't know.
He got that reach.
He do, but
he got that reach.
At the end of the day, he still is light skin, so you gotta remember that.
He from Viego.
Hey, 804.
Early. But all right, that's cool.
On phone now.
Hey man, y'all know light skin niggas got a whole extra level when they get mad for real.
Yeah. Calvin, tell us about it.
I don't know. You light skin.
Nah, I'm like a mocha or something. I don't know.
Hey man, either way I'm darker than you. You would know more than me.
Haters gonna hate, bro.
All right, changing up the topics again. Finished talking about Chris Brown and Offset situation. We're gonna get into something a little more serious to the culture. Talk about Colin Kaepernick. It's a lot going on in the world as far as him and what he's doing. Some people like it, some people don't. We can kind of talk about the player versus the protest and how he's going about it and everything that's going along with that. So I'm gonna toss it over to Roy. What you think about that? About Cap and everything that's going on right now?
Man, I think Cap should definitely be in the NFL. He's better than most of the quarterbacks in the back half that they brought in. Especially them dudes that the Redskins were signing off the street pretty much. Sanchez and Josh Johnson. Cap was better than them, way back when. So I know he could outplay him now. But I think the biggest thing with Cap, man, his reason is right. His timing was okay. But he wasn't playing good enough at the time to save his job. If he'd have talked about this protest... If he'd have talked about this protest that's during the Super Bowl run, he probably would have still been in the league because the NFL is a performance driven league. Like a guy like T.O. T.O. was a reckless player per se with the media. He said a lot of wild stuff, but guess what? He could play football at a high level, so he gonna have a job. Hell, Kareem Hunt, which is crazy as it sounds, just got signed by the Browns. Why? Because he can play football. He had a whole video out of pushing a woman. domestic violence is a real thing, and this man still got a job. But with Kaepernick, by him being a quarterback and mediocre at the time, he couldn't get away with the protest. But I respect him because Cal, stop dropping all the damn bombs and shit.
If you gonna be, be quiet, be quiet.
Be quiet. But I respect what Cap did because he actually put his career in jeopardy, fighting for a good cause. And another thing, so many people, the people that don't want to support Cap, they say, what has he done and this and that. That's how you know his protest is genuine. He's donated more money than anybody I've seen to actual the Black Lives Matter type causes per se, but he doesn't broadcast it. He did one little marathon on Instagram where he was trying to get other people to donate, but he's been putting a lot of money into programs to help with police brutality in America.
A lot of cats don't, like you say, he wanted the cats that don't advertise what he's doing, which is, like I said, it's cool. It works out. Sometimes you might need to step up and say, hey, I'm doing this. But overall, how he's doing it and how he's going about it is cool. The people that are saying stuff about it, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that, they don't know what he's doing. They don't know that he's out here doing X, Y, and Z. And you can kind of say it, like going back to the beginning of the season, or the end of last season when everybody was kneeling and stuff. And then coming into the season, they were trying to figure out who was going to be kneeling, this, that, and the third. And then you hear a lot of people talking about, well, what have they done since last season? But the people they were talking about were moving all through the summer, through the off season, doing X, Y, and Z, but they weren't broadcasting it. They weren't advertising it. So the people that were hating basically didn't know what they were doing. So it's basically in Cap's situation, it's kind of like you just like he out here he raising money for, like Roy said, for all these different foundations, organizations, and doing good. I think in the long run, history gonna look back on him, and it's gonna be a major part in history. Right now, I don't think we see how big it's gonna be. It's kind of like not comparing him to Dr. King, of course, definitely not. But like at that time when he was coming up, I'm sure just white people saying the same stuff, hating on him, doing all this in the third. They didn't realize at that moment how big he was going to be. And I think Cap going to be in that same boat, not as big, like I said, but he's going to be a big figure in the community and the culture in the future. From what he did, the sacrifice he made for his job anyway. Not like,
I think he's the Ali of our time, not the Dr. King, but the Ali.
He wasn't
of
as
our
good.
Time.
Well, not physically. We're not talking about not goddamn athletic wise.
I mean, but I feel like when you're making that comparison, you have to add that into the package.
Speak.
Calvin, you just don't like Kaepernick because he can't throw the ball for
No, it's the read defense part.
The reading defense. That's what it was. Sorry.
Well, if we want to talk about the player, that's my thing. That man can't read defenses, man.
So what about the protest? Do you agree with the protest?
In what aspect?
Is he right do you think he has a point what he's protesting?
He has a valid point, yeah, but like you said, the timing is wrong. Like, dog, you were at the top of the game. You got white people loving you. You Kaepernick, quote unquote. You kissing your bicep. My thing is, consciously, were you at the same place that you were when you lost your position, when you got hurt, when you became vegan? Like, did this awaken you in a sense, or were you always that guy but you were hiding that?
So
never how you are.
That's what you're saying.
So you saying the white man was Kaepernicking, but when he was down and out, he got in tune with his black side.
Basically, is what it sounds.
I'm not saying anything. Y'all put.
That's what it's
saying. He's saying Cat was friend. He wanted some attention, so he decided to pull this number.
I never said that. Don't try to dig something.
He thought protesting would save his job, is what Cal trying to say.
No, I didn't. Well, who would think that? No, protesting would not save his job. My thing is, were you this way the whole time?
Doesn't matter. Why does it matter?
When your platform was bigger, because when your platform is bigger, why not make that sacrifice? Why wait till you get?
It doesn't make a difference.
I can see what Cal's going with that.
It doesn't make a difference. If he's still out here trying to do what he's doing and trying to make change and doing what he's doing, it shouldn't matter if he did it when he was a big time player or a small time player. It should just matter the fact that he's actually stepped out and he did it, regardless if he didn't do it when he was the big time.
I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's being dumb. But my thing is, why, if you felt this way about this, why didn't you do this when you were on
Because he
top?
decided to do it when he did it. It shouldn't make a difference.
I think
I wish I can just sit down and talk to the man and ask him, like, literally, like, not even being on the funny stuff. Like, when did this happen? When did you start thinking this way? Because when I look at that timeline, it look a little fishy to me. Not saying he's fronting for this,
So
it's a good
what's
cause,
what's
but at the
fishy
same
about it?
time, you become mad outspoken once you lose your position
So
and you
what's
get
the
hurt.
fishiness is what?
What was this at when you were actually on top?
I feel you, Cal. I feel you. Because that's you could say the same.
Like,
you could say the
for
same
example,
about that, but I feel
no, sorry, real quick. Same thing. Like the same thing with, like, at the ESPYs, Bron, Melo, Wade, and CP. They didn't have to do that. They're at the top of their games. They're doing that. They didn't have to do that at that point. I would have said the same thing about them if they're on the back end of their career or they start doing stuff later. Because if something's happening right now, why don't you make that impact when the Heat were wearing those hoodies with Trayvon Martin? They were taking a bullet for that. Like, people were mad about that, but they did it when there was an actual thing happening at that point.
I think
They're not waiting. To me, it just sounds a little fishy that he get not sounds fishy. I guess I'm not phrasing it how I really mean it, but it's just I don't like the
timing,
So I'm
man.
trying to get you.
I don't like the timing of it.
it's
I don't
timing.
like
It's
the timing of it.
timing,
But
bro. Because timing is everything in life to an extent. Like, think about it. If Rosa Parks, I mean, I know this. It might be a stretch here,
this about to go wild. It's getting
But-
crazy. It's getting crazy. All she did was sit on
True.
the bus.
and she wouldn't give up her seat. But think about it, bruh. What if she had not come from work that day? What if she was just starting her day? She might have gave up her seat. We don't know. But the timing was at the point where she was tired as hell, and she said, "Nah, I ain't giving up my damn seat." And here we are.
You're right. I think with Cap though, his timing came right because he started talking about the protests at the time where a lot of those police officers were getting acquitted for murdering black kids.
At that
black
point,
men.
it was more so of a fed up type situation. Like, damn, this shit keep happening, constantly happening. But the big overall thing is not when he decided to do it. It doesn't make a difference when he decided to do it. The whole point is the fact that he's out here doing it and what he's doing. And what he's doing is way bigger than anything.
I think we're arguing.
It doesn't matter in the grand
I think we're arguing
scheme.
two
It
different
doesn't
things.
matter in the grand scheme of it, but at the same time, it matters. And Cal, correct me if I'm wrong, but it matters to the extent of it's essentially being at the time that he did it. It's almost like he was powerless, and that's the perception as far as, like, for some people that he was powerless and he decided to do it at that point, as opposed to, like you said, when he was on top and he had the leverage in his hand and everything to lose, essentially.
Yep, that's my thing about it. It's like, I think more so, I'm thinking also about how the other players were affected, right? So, you take this knee, this is your silent protest. Now, the knee, that I really don't care about that. Marshawn was sitting on coolers for years before Kaepernick was taking the knee. Nobody said anything. Once he brought the attention to it, now you got other players who want to support you. They're sitting there, now they're getting scrutinized for that. Like, you got people, like, legit scared to take knees because they're going to be like, oh, black people don't ride with me. Well, black people think I don't ride with them. And then at the same time, you got people like, I forgot the name of the player. He played for the Bills. It said that he got cut because he took a knee.
That's on him. It's
though. Like the impact.
Not,
but you can't, bro. If you on the back of the back of the roster, bro, you can't do stuff like that. But you gotta know that.
You can't just be like, oh well,
I took the knee, but you can't have it both ways. You can't want your boys to help.
It's the political side, bro. That's Cal.
You can't have your boys wanting to ride for you, and then when they start getting in trouble, they start getting cut and things like that.
But we know the man that's on the 45th man to the 53rd man on the roster can't really get away with that because they could get cut tomorrow. My biggest frustration with players was your Cam Newtons of the world. You was pro-black the whole time leading up to the Super Bowl. White America hated you because you was a black quarterback having fun doing your thing. And you was taunting and celebrating, but they hated that because they didn't want to see a quarterback act that way, right?
Right.
As soon as the Kaepernick issue happened, my man Cam gets up on the podium and says he doesn't see a race thing because he want to protect them endorsements. Yeah. That's my issue. The guys.
Meanwhile, he lost one for making a sexist comment.
He did. So he might as well have rolled. He might as well have had Kaepernick back. The guys that needed to have Kaepernick's back at the time were afraid to step up. Aaron Rodgers, I respect
Yeah.
him because he actually
spoke out on
said
it,
something
yeah.
about it, and he spoke on it, and he took a knee with them boys or held hands or something like that. Now, Tom Brady, he stayed away from it, but he wore a Make America
So
Great
we
hat.
already
What do
know,
you
we already
expect?
know about that.
But and at that time, Cam Newton was one of the few black quarterbacks. I don't think Tyrod was a starter yet.
So he was starting, and I was getting mad about that when I was at work. I work with like a lot of older white men, and I'm like, yo, they sitting there bashing everybody taking a knee, and a lot of them are vets. I understand that people feel it different about, you know, what the knee is it disrespecting the flag, is it this or that?
But a vet told him take a knee.
Well, yeah, because he said it wasn't that disrespectful, but everybody doesn't know that.
It won't
My thing
disrespectful
is,
until the president said it was disrespectful.
Right.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the whole thing when he mentioned Ty. I was getting mad at that because Ty did not take a knee. And
But
people were
at
starting
that
to try to
time,
come at him at that.
Ty
He was a starter at that point.
But Ty was another one of them players that he really couldn't afford to take a knee at that time.
Well, nobody behind him at that point.
Even still,
he wouldn't have been in
still dropping.
His leash was
EJ sorry
short.
EJ sorry behind was behind him at that point.
But his leash was real short. You got to be in the right position.
They set him somebody that threw 5 picks in the first half, so it didn't make no difference about that part.
No,
but
like, if Kaepernick would have did this during the Super Bowl run, it would have made a bigger impact. He'd have still had, and if Kaepernick would have won that Super Bowl, he'd have been able to take knees the rest of his life. Because guess what, San Fran won't go cut.
That's true. I give you that. But the whole
when you winning, bro, you can make statements. Marshawn, he get away with it because he do numbers.
That and him. It's kind of like that's him. He's been like that.
They've accepted it. Yeah, they've accepted who he is and what he gonna be.
But like I said, the whole overall thing about Cap is what he's doing. You can talk about the other shit that don't really make a difference of time and when he did it or what his numbers were. That's not the point. The point is the grand scheme of what he's doing and how he's impacting African Americans and people of color in general and stuff like that. And
we had a breakthrough tonight, y'all. Cal talked about Kaepernick and didn't mention too much about him throwing the football. That's crazy.
Because y'all steered it away from football. That's
all right.
Y'all steered it away from X's and O's. And then Quintavious over there doesn't want to get my whole point of not saying it's not what's going on or the whole scheme of it not happening or what's going on. It's more so the timing thing, but that's cool.
You know we got Trump vision in this chat from time to time. I probably should have said that. Can I say that on the air?
It'd be all right.
All right. I mean, he is somebody president.
Yeah, somebody.
Not mine.
Country.
Shout out to Barack Obama.
44.
The realest president I never knew.
Chill, bro. Y'all remember they got mad at him for wearing that tan suit?
Yeah, a tan suit, bro. That's crazy.
They was ready to impeach him off a tan suit.
That suit was trash, though.
And now they President Orange, and they ain't saying nothing about that.
They said a word.
Hold on, was it on Easter though?
Nah, I think
it was. It was a White House press conference.
Yeah, I think it was just some regular stuff, and he pulled out the clean tan suit, and they.
Now that president, you got to wear blue or black. You're president.
That suit was trash.
That thing was clean.
No,
that thing was clean.
It's hard to get away with tan though.
And he made it work.
He did make it work,
of course.
Shout out to Michelle Obama too, man. She exemplifies, and exemplifies. You heard me say it. What black women are in America, bro. We need them.
Hey, what that mean?
What that word mean? Exemplify.
Like Cal said, I heard it used right. So per se, you know what I mean? Hey, bro, I really hate you sometimes. You my dog, though.
Hey, I'm gonna pull an SP and say essentially you're correct with that one.
Essentially, I see. You know, because the vernacular of the approximation at 11:30, the matriculation of all the oscillation and matriculation and manipulation of the.
No, at this
Black
point,
Panther
we're gonna wrap it up. It's been an episode. We wrapping it up. Join us next week. Pulled up? Oh no! I'm looking. Hold on, what's happening? But no, seriously though, thank y'all for listening. If y'all got this far, if not, thank you for listening. Anyway, we'll see y'all next week.
And we got a new IG page, council.clutchpod. Had to change the name because it was too long and it just ain't look right. So y'all make sure y'all tell y'all friends to go follow us, please.
Most def. Support Black podcasts.
And look out for the merchandise coming. We're going to have some shirts and hats popping up every now and then. You're going to have to PayPal us first because we can't afford to just get them printed and you not buying them.
Hey, and also we got something special for y'all in March.
Stay tuned for that.
Keep a lookout to our loyal fans.
Stay tuned.
And y'all have a happy Valentine's Day.
You know I have.
definitely.
Hooters got the free wings for the
Valentine's
season.
Day.
Hey, make sure.
You say you got what now?
I got them Hooters wings on deck. Valentine's.
Hey,
So you going to Hooters on Valentine's Day, man?
Hey, y'all slide in SP Global DMs, please.
He want to date. He want to date to Hooters so he can give y'all some wings.
Hey,
and
all
shit.
y'all fellas out there, make sure you either wrap it up or pull that thing out. We don't need no kids at the end of the year.
And for y'all fellas who are alone, I'm gonna make a
Pornhub
playlist
is
on
free.
Apple Music.
For y'all lonely fellas.
I'm gonna chill. Don't pay for
It's
porn.
free.
But I'm gonna make a playlist on Apple Music so y'all can chill and listen to Bryson Tiller eat some ice cream or something. You know.
If you paying for porn, bro, your life is at shambles.
Complete shambles.
All right, we gotta wrap it up. We don't want to. I want to use another big word. We don't want to ostracize some of our viewership. So.
Wow. Hey, make sure you put that in the podcast. You use that big ass word.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of that.
Thanks for tuning in to another week of Counseling the Clutch. Like I said before, and I'm going to always say in the future, if you don't rock with us, forget you and everybody that rock with you because you ain't us.